What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome back to Perry's Politics Today. And we got a couple good items for you people today. What's up, Sharrell?
Hi, everybody. Hey, Perry.
Hey, so we're going to get right into it because we just got finished doing that other live and, you know.
That was long.
Okay. But let's jump into it. So we got Trump's shocking offer, refuge for white South Africans, people. Now, for people who don't know, like apartheid and all this stuff, he want refuge for the white Africans.
What's refuge? What's refuge?
It's like for refugees, right? But when they, give you the thing, it's called refuge, right? But it's typically if you got asylum and all that, they might say refugees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but basically, he's over there now pumping these people up, offering them refuge in the United States. Just the white South Africans. Now, he over here right now running amok, removing Haitians, Mexicans, and but now he want to invite white South Africans to the US, calling them refugees. This is like, it's over the top for me. It's over the top, and they're sort of ready to come too. They seem to be motivated by it, waiting in line. And then here we go with this. White South African gathers in support of Trump and his claims that they are victims of racism.
What?
Now, the South Africa, apartheid. Everybody remember this shit, right? But now they want to claim racism, and he's offering them asylum, basically. And I was reading one article. I'm not exactly sure about this, so I'm not going to say for a fact. But it sounds like when they bring them over, he going to house them, support them until they get on their feet. That's what it sounds like. I ain't sure. But he want to run the Latinos, the Haitians, and everybody else out of the country. Why ain't he offering refuge for the people that's here and working something out that's been paying tax dollars and things like that? I mean, to me, it's crazy. And, I wasn't over there in South Africa where apartheid was, but it's funny or not funny when the blacks was getting mistreated. He didn't offer them asylum or nothing. Well, of course, he wasn't the president, but I'm just saying, let's keep it real. It's some bull crap. He want to kick everybody out. But then if you white, come on in. Come on, And here they are right now, right? I mean, because I guess he signed an executive order, and I guess it's supposed to go into effect today. So they outside the embassy, lined up, ready to sign up.
We are still 45 minutes before the official opening of this event, and here are already about 600 to 1,000 people. Wow, what a nice and
Y'all see them out there lined up? Ain't a black in sight. They don't get no help. You got to be white South African. Now, how racist can that shit get? That is just far out there. Sharrell?
I'm confused. So the white people in South Africa feel that they're being discriminated against. So are they like seeking asylum in the United States?
No. They wasn't seeking a damn thing until he got jumped into the business. Now he's saying because he cut off aid and everything over there in South Africa because of the land.
He's offering the white South Africans to come to the United States, and he will. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, like asylum, right?
Yeah, right. Basically, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And he'll get them started and on their feet because he said that the white people are being mistreated. Is this a joke?
And No, it's not a joke. Now, the crazy part about it, this is no joke. These people are
We are
out there.
still 45 minutes before the official opening of this event, and here are already about 6.
And
So
the whole thing is
it's a free pass to come to the United States if you want to come.
only if you're a white South African.
And they said only if you're a white South, right? Because they felt
Right.
discriminated against
Right.
after apartheid. They feel
Yep.
discriminated.
Ain't nobody help the blacks. And they had that problem. Hell, he ain't helping us in America with racism. Like, and supposedly, I was just trying to catch up on it a little bit today too. That they're saying that I guess it mean the blacks are over there taking the white farmers' land and stuff like that.
It's just ridiculous.
So he's gonna swoop in to save them and give them a free pass.
But
But
that's
Hmm?
blatant racism, because in the United States, he's kicking out the Hispanics, he's kicking out the Haitians, all the melanated people. But then he goes to South Africa and tell the non-melanated people, come on over. I can't. I can't. I
But you
can't
know
keep
what
doing
though?
this.
It's a way he can keep his white supremacist group together.
Yeah.
These people that's waiting in this line are white racists. Let's keep it real. He's just wanting to bring them over so they can be his foot soldiers too. Because the numbers are shrinking with the Proud Boys and all this crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah. So
That's
he
what I'm
wants
thinking.
more white people in the United States, preferably apartheid white people.
Exactly. And
Oh
then
my
once I'm
gosh.
saving you, you owe me, they're gonna feel grateful. They got Trump signs and everything over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just out there just waiting. And now they're outside the embassy waiting to come over. And if you was a refugee on a small boat in the middle of the water, they won't pull over to save your ass. And see, that's the part that bothers me. You know, it's a trip.
It's
So
unbelievable. I can't get more, like, I can't do this every day. I can't be more upset. And every day it gets worse and worse and worse.
mhm.
It's not going to stop for a while.
No, it's really not. I mean, he's trying to get reinforcements right now by bringing them over. And
Right, because if he decides to become a dictator, he has some loyal white people that came in from South Africa. Oh my gosh, unbelievable.
and I seen this article, but I can't quote it verbatim. But they're saying that he's footing the bill because when they come here, they have no lodging. Think about it. When you bring in refugees, I think you house them and do everything.
hmm
But he want to get rid of the sanctuary cities and people that's in the States right now, whether undocumented or not, that's paying taxes. He want to get rid of them. But because they skin color ain't light enough. Let's just keep it real. Let's just call it what it is. So, and on Monday was President's Day, as everybody knows. So it was President's Day, and they had this nationwide protest on President's Day. And this group that organized it, I think they're called, let's say, 5051. So it's 5051 is the name of the group that organized this march, and it sort of stand for 50 protests, 50 states, one movement. So that's where you get the 50501, right? And they're calling it No Kings on President Day because obviously Trump want to be known as a king or a dictator. So here's a little bit that was going on so we can just catch up with this, Sharrell. Here's a clip of them marching in different places across the United States.
Protests are planned as advocates use this day to speak out against several different policy changes and executive actions that President Donald Trump has issued since starting his second term 4 weeks ago.
And that includes right here in the valley.
In parts like Glendale, some there actually turning violent. Others here at the Capitol, though, remaining very peaceful. They're calling today's protest No Kings on President's Day, following a sweeping number of executive orders signed by President Trump, not just on immigration, but actions led by billionaire Elon Musk as well, including the firing of thousands of federal workers. The Trump administration has said that there there are too many federal employees and that a reduction in the federal government is necessary in order to make things more efficient. In the meantime, today's protest.
Hey, Congress, do your job.
Hey,
Thank you.
Congress, do your job.
I think the person who currently occupies the White House has no business being there and is making a chaotic mess of our country.
It's just ridiculous that these things are going unchecked.
Hey, hey, ho, ho. Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Elon Musk has got to go.
They are protesting in Portland, Oregon, in Vancouver, Washington, in Orlando, in Arizona, in Utah, in West Virginia, holding signs that say, "No kings, where law ends, tyranny begins." In Houston, chanting, "No one voted for Elon Musk." Organizers say the protests are in response to, quote, "the anti-democratic and illegal actions of the Trump administration, including what can only be described at this point as a purge across multiple government institutions, like the VA, which provides health care to America's veterans, and USAID, which provides humanitarian aid all around the globe, and the Department of Education, and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and the National Animal Health Laboratory Network, which, in plain English, they're the people who protect us from the next bird flu, or the one that's here now.
So,
You know what's so ironic?
what's that?
Nothing is like a father's love.
Mhm.
My father said the people, when they've had enough, they're going to start protesting. And then not only were they going to protest, he said it was going to be white people. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I was like, why would the white people protest? Because they see what's going on. It's ironic he's not here today. I would have to apologize to him. He said when the people get together and they start protesting, then change will come.
Right. And I'll agree with him to a certain degree. I'm saying change will come because when we say white people, you mean white people always stood up for blacks. It's the racist ones that don't. Right. So that's how we get it twisted. But even the racist ones gonna get fed up because it's gonna hurt them also.
Mhm.
Like the things Trump doing. These people who voted for Trump, if anything, they would never be a millionaire. If anything, they'd be homeless. Right? Trump is not caring about none of that stuff. He's out for Trump and the billionaires.
Hopefully we could pull together and prevent him from reaching his ultimate dream, dictatorship.
Well, that's what's going to happen. I mean, look, I think everybody's going to get tired because right now, we're not even maybe a month in, if that. And most of us fatigued already.
I'm tired.
It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Because now, like I said, go back to that first story we talked about. He want to get rid of the Latinos, the Mexican, the Haitians. But if you white South African, come on in. We're going to keep tolerating that shit. And when he ain't changed the price of eggs or none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't doing nothing but trying to destroy America, really.
He really is. And have you heard of him laying off government workers? What the hell?
Daily.
The most secure thing in the past before he got to be president was a government job. We used to live in the DMV, and when I seen those protests, we would have been there. I kind of miss it a little bit, but we used to live in the DMV where 60% of the state works a government job. Now they're losing. He said 150,000 government workers lost their jobs. This is no joke.
And
this
see,
is just
the federal government losing their jobs faster than you can keep up on the news with it. Because you got the CDC losing people, the Department of Education. You know what I'm saying? It's just too many to try to keep up. Just know people are losing their jobs because he's shutting things down that don't benefit him.
And he's getting rid of jobs that his supporters need. Okay, they need. When everybody starts going broke, then maybe them stupid people that voted for him will realize what they've done.
Well,
it's crazy.
See, yeah, You right now. They gonna see it soon when all these things that they voted for is gonna turn around and bite them in the ass.
It's
Because
so crazy. Because
food prices don't discriminate whether you voted for Trump or not. It's high. Rent, mortgage is high, regardless of who you voted for. They gonna realize what they voted for is not what they needed.
if this might turn into I hope it doesn't. I hope it does. This might turn into a depression because when people lose their jobs, they're gonna need SNAP program. Okay, you need food stamps. You're gonna need places to stay. He didn't already cut these programs. Like they took food stamps. You're only gonna get $300 a month. What if you had a baby? $300 a month. Perry, every time I go to the grocery store, I spend between $100 to $200 on nothing.
You got some chips, ice cream, a loaf of bread, and a thing of bologna.
Yeah. It's crazy. Just as hard times, everybody. Just hard times. And I don't even know what to say, but I just pray that we all get through it in one damn piece.
No, I mean,
you can't fly no more. The airplanes are falling out of the sky. This is just ridiculous.
And remember, I was saying I can't keep up with how many companies shut down in the federal government because people losing their job. I can't keep up with the plane crash. It was just one yesterday.
Yeah.
And I almost feel like it was one today. But you know what? When they happen every day, I could be wrong. I think it could have been one today too, but I'm not sure.
I'm not getting on a plane until he's out of office. I don't know what's going on. I think maybe he tried to shrink the airline business and they're out of they don't have enough workers, but I'm not getting on no damn plane. I don't care what nobody say. If I go see my mother, I'm going on a train. A train. I'm not getting on the plane. I don't care what nobody say. And I was telling my cousin this yesterday, whose son works for the airlines. I was like, maybe you need to slow down because every time I turn around, and for years before Trump took office, for years, there were no plane crashes. If they were probably another country or something like that. I felt safe in the air, but now I don't.
No, I feel you there. So
I'm not getting on no plane.
And Sharrell, like, I'm gonna say this to everybody too, like, because people think whether you voted for Trump or not, we all gonna pay the price. MAGA, anybody, all of us gonna pay the price. That price ain't gonna be no cheap. That loaf of bread ain't gonna be no cheaper for the people who voted for Trump or us. And Trump don't give a damn, right? And you remember Michael Steele? He's now like an analyst for MSNBC. And
I remember, wasn't Michael Steele the president?
He was like a chairman. He was I can't remember what you call it.
The caucus, the Republican.
Right. I think he was the chairman for years.
I remember him. He was black.
Yeah,
and they thought because we had Barack Obama, they could use him, but they fired him after a month. I remember him. Sorry, go ahead. What were you saying about him?
So, but I was just saying, like, how things change for everybody too, right? And because he lost it on the show when it came down to, he was talking about Elon Musk and Trump. He lost it, and I enjoyed it, right? And he was just saying, hey, he want to see America wake the hell up and see, because you can hold that race card. I don't like this group. I don't like that. We in this shit together. Until people wake up and realize what Trump doing, Trump ain't looking out. If you ain't a billionaire, he ain't looking out for you. So he pops off on this clip, basically saying that, hey, Trump ain't for nobody unless you're a billionaire. And here we go.
What would you have us do?
I would actually, you know what? I'd just like you to show that you give a damn, that you got a little emotion about the fact that people are losing their jobs indiscriminately, that this individual sitting down the 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue has given absolute power to one man who brings his son into the Oval Office, whose son says to him, "You're not the president. You shouldn't be in that chair." Now, where did he get that from? He got it from his daddy, because that's what his daddy thinks is the man who brought him into the Oval Office. So I just like to see somebody wake the hell up and get excited about the fact that your country is under assault. They're not at the gate anymore. They're in your bedrooms. They're in your living rooms. They're in your businesses. They got your data, dumbass. They got all your stuff. Elon Musk has his tentacles in everything you're doing, not just off of X, But now he's in the Treasury Department. He's in the Labor Department. He's in the Department of Homeland Security. And nobody seems to give a damn. So that's all I want, somebody to show that they care enough to get off their fat ass and say something about it.
But let's bounce.
Wait, first of all, Michael Steele wants to be black again? Because remember, he was the chairman of the Republican Party.
Right.
And he was all up Republicans' ass.
Okay.
And now he wants to be black again, and he's fed up. So welcome to the club. Now now you see what we've been saying all this time. I cannot believe Michael Steele. Should we put him on a 5150 hold? I never thought the day would come. And no, I'm serious, that he would just admit the damn truth.
And see,
is he still Republican?
Well, I think he still is. He still have those kind of things. So now I think he might vote Democrat just because of people who's running or whatnot. But some Republicans will just say they're conservative, right? I think a lot of people are conservative in certain ways. I don't know, but I just know that at this point, he's done had enough. And I'm telling you, everybody will get to that explosion point where they just had too much. Whether you love Trump and his old Trump family and you believe in his bullshit, one day you'll wake up and you can't eat, you can't pay your bills, you'll realize he ain't shit. Right?
Did you see the emotion in Michael Steele's face? He's calling people fat ass. Like what? He never used to act like that. This man is pushed to his limits. And this is what's going to happen with a lot of black people, right? They're going to get pushed to their limits, and then they're going to want to be black again. He want to be black right now. He want to be black because you was too busy kissing ass, voting for Republican policies. And that's why they fired your ass when you were president of the RNC. He was some kind
RNC, yeah, he was the chairman of the RNC.
RNC, yeah, some position of power, and they just put you up there because Barack Obama was black. Listen, it's better late than never, I guess. And that's how you know it's bad. It's bad when Michael Steele said, can I come back, y'all? Oh my God. He wants to come back and seemed frustrated. His hand was in his head was in his hand. His voice was raised. He's frustrated. Everybody's frustrated. Right. Everybody's frustrated.
Somebody said he switched during the Trump election.
He switched. I can't believe it. Well,
but Trump will make a racist person switch. I'm telling you, when you broke, and you realize you don't got played, and that your savior don't give a damn about you whether you sink or not. Let's keep it real. A lot of these people vote for him. They think white power. Well, they gonna stop talking about the white power when they ass can't eat, and Trump's still riding around in limos. Him and Elon Musk and them doing what it is, right? Those two people, Trump and Elon, is enough to make anybody snap, right? And the crazy part about it, like this week on the 14th, the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, sued Elon Musk and Doge, right? You know, for all this stuff, like them having permission, going at the people, personal information and all this stuff, right? Do you know what the White House had to come out there and say? Now, this guy done been in there with his kids cursing out Trump, being the leader of Doge. It's supposed to have been him and Ramaswamy at first, right? That's the whole title. He's running Doge, right? And he can go and do all this stuff. Now, when a lawsuit come along, the White House is backtracking. They're saying, no, why are you suing Elon Musk? He's only a senior advisor to Trump. He is not a member of Doge. He's not the leader of Doge. So why the hell is he running around acting like he is? Why is he getting all this special permission under Doge to go in here to pull people information? The White House said that he don't have no authority. Now, he's not a member. He's not the leader. He don't have authority. Why is he even around the Department of Education or Social Security? You know what I'm saying? Why is he meddling in all this shit if he don't have the authority, right?
He's sure acting like a government official.
Right.
He went inside USA AID and fired them all, told them to go home.
That's my point, right? So, but they want you to believe he has no power, no authority. He's not a member, and he's damn sure ain't the leader, right? Now, here's this little clip I got with these women saying, you know, how ironic it is that he's out here with his kid having a press conference in the Oval Office.
Yep.
While his kid cursed him out. He's taking credit for Doge, something that he's not a member of, not a leader of. The White House is full of crap. Here's this clip.
You thought that Elon Musk was running Doge? Yeah, most of us too. Turns out he's not, and there are big legal implications about this, and it's not something that the Trump administration can just say if it's not true.
I think all of us had assumed that Elon Musk was the head of Doge, not just that he worked for Doge. I mean, when you file an affidavit in court, as this was, you can't make stuff up the way you can when you're just shooting the breeze in the Oval Office. And so this is an important clarification about what his actual role really is. I don't think this is an effort to get away with it on a technicality. The judge specifically asked for this. Like, what is his role anyway? And so they were forced to answer that question very specifically. But I think what it does highlight is the limits of his authority. Certainly, the government and the executive branch is permitted to root out waste, fraud, and abuse. In fact, that's what inspectors general are there for. But of course, many of them have now been fired. But only Congress can decide whether to eliminate entire agencies and whether to decline to spend funds that have already been appropriated. So I think this is a good clarifying moment, and I do think it begs the question, well, if not Elon Musk, then who is running Doge? And, Doge is, by most accounts, just a renaming of the U.S. Digital Services, which is an agency set up by the executive branch to try to improve our computer systems in the federal government. But clarification of that would be useful.
So, Sherelle, if you was going to believe the White House, can you tell me who in the hell is running Doge then?
I can do you better than that. Elon Musk is a double agent. He is getting people's private information and selling it to different countries. He's also getting the information to have access to people's bank account. Now, just ride with me because this sounds crazy, but this is how I feel, and I feel strongly about it. He wants to be able, so when they, what was it? They overcharged some, the people in Alabama that the vouchers were put on hold to pay the light and gas. And he put a hold on that. And he has an access to go in the people account and take that money back. He's a double agent. It's going to be revealed that he's a double agent. And dumbass Trump going to be looking like the fool that he is. Because he let this man pay him to be a part of the government, which he is clearly not qualified for. But he's corrupt. He don't give a damn about Trump and nobody else. Elon Musk is a double agent, and he's going to embarrass the hell out of Trump. He's already embarrassed him now when you got him making moves and you don't even know anything about it. You're like a little puppy dog, Donald Trump. You have no courage and no damn brain, no common sense. You start working with the enemy, hooking up with Putin and Elon Musk, and it's going to backfire on your ass. And Trump deserves everything that he's going to get because it's not just hurting his dumb ass, it's hurting the country, regular people. And it's going to take decades before anybody can undo the Trump presidency. And I was watching this the other day. I don't know, you know how you're on YouTube and other things come up in your feed? And somehow back in 2008 when President Obama won, and they said they called the election, Barack Obama is the new elected president, and it was groves of people in the streets cheering, people in churches all around. Go back, we all remember that day. Tons of people. That's what Donald Trump wants. That's what he'll never get. He will never get the respect that Barack Obama had. People were crying. Oprah was in the audience crying. Remember that? Jesse Jackson was crying. Everybody came together. Donald Trump is going to go down as the worst president in history.
That's a fact. No, I agree with you. Like, but what Donald Trump is going to have to explain coming up real soon, because in this court they're going to have to explain who in charge of Doge, right? If you want Elon,
lie, because that's what he does.
They're going to have to answer the question. Now, since he's not a member, you know, he's not the leader. You just a senior advisor to the president that has no authority. Well, then people are going to start wondering, why is your ass around? Why do you have the ability to walk into these companies to go into their data systems? So I'm hoping all this is going to start break down on them, maybe start breaking down on them. You know, that's my hope anyway.
So
but
my grandfather always kept cash in the house because he was around in the 30s. And I guess during the Great Depression, at one point, the banks ran out of money to give people and stuff like that. And he would just hide money all over the damn house. I'm like, that's a long time ago, Grandpa. What's wrong with your ass? But we might want to start keeping some cash. I'm not going to keep none because I'm not trying to get robbed. But other people should try to keep, because I really believe that Elon Musk already has access to people's bank account or going to get access to people's bank account. And we're going to go through, God forbid, I don't want this to happen, but we might go through another depression because these are more than unusual things and it's going to backfire. Can't go on like this. And it's going to get worse.
Well, I think so too. I think with the stuff Trump want to cut out, he want to cut out all the social aid for people. And then you want to fire everybody where there's no jobs. Then he come up with the bullshit ass tariffs that's going to really send us into a damn depression. If you ain't a billionaire, you ain't going to make it. And it's going to affect all people, MAGA alike, right? So, I mean, we've already go through some bumpy times. There's no way around it because Trump got an ego, so you can't, you know, even though he know he wrong about something, he can figure it out a week or two later. He ain't gonna change it because he got this certain ego, and he got these people that he owe. And Elon Musk is just robbing them blind.
He's a double agent. I bet you, Perry, Elon Musk doesn't even like Donald Trump.
No, he don't. It's like this mate that you hang out with just for benefits. If Trump didn't have no benefits, he would not hang out with his loser ass. Let's keep it real. He'll be somewhere having his 14th, 15th, 16th baby. You know what I'm saying? You know how Elon like to put him out there. But he wouldn't be hanging around with Trump. He's using him to get the upper hand. And all this data, I think he could be selling stuff. And I think a lot of this stuff, he's going in to get the upper hand, the leverage on his competition. And
right. Oh, yes, for sure.
Because now he want to cut all this expense. We're going to save this and save that. When you going to hit some of these government contracts that you supplying? And because he got these, well, he ain't going to never touch them. He getting hand over fist paid for these things, for these contracts, when other companies bid less.
Right.
Twice as less, right? And I got this armor-proof car that's not armor-proof, but nobody says anything, right? So he's just playing Trump to the left and the right. And basically, Eli is like using Trump like Trump want to use Mayor Adams.
Oh, God.
And so to switch over into that thing, the governor of New York, Hochul, contemplates firing Mayor Adams, right? So she met with some New York leaders today, and they're discussing the matter, right? Because they've been telling him for the last few weeks, just resign. Because Trump, them trying to bribe him, basically, we'll let you out of the bribery case, but, you know, one hand wash the other. If they let him out the bribery case and get that case dismissed, you don't have judges resign. Refusing.
Yep.
And there's been a couple of them so far, right? Resigning. Trump don't give a damn. He just need that foot soldier.
So if if Mayor Adams take him up on their offer and quits, does that mean he's going back to trial and hopefully jail?
Now, maybe. So at that point, if Trump can't use him, then he might just let him go on back. Because I think it's with prejudice or with whichever one he's trying to let him off on is the one they can retry you again.
Without, yeah.
Okay, without then. Okay, that's what it is. I get him confused. So that's what's going on. And he's looking for this foot soldier because remember, he used to be hell bent. Sanctuary City. He used to protect. And I noticed his language started changing a couple months ago.
He's a crook. Anybody that's best friend with Bishop Lamar Whitehead has got a screw loose. So Eric Adams is a crook and needs to be in prison. And the only reason he's not in prison is because Donald needs him as a foot soldier. But if they fire him and he no longer is the mayor, jail he goes.
Yep. I mean, he'll be dropped like a bad habit like Ramaswamy. Have anybody heard him? I'm telling you, Ramaswamy.
I'm just being funny. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And hell, I don't know. It's just so much stuff. Just these policies alone. And then sometimes I just get caught up into the war in Ukraine and all these different stuff. But that's like I got to make another video for all that because that's just sort of crazy too. But so these two jerks. Now, I wonder how long can he keep his keep his what would you call Elon Musk to him? His pimp? How long can he keep his pimp or his sidekick?
Wingman. What was Sammy Gravano? The underboss. He's underboss.
Okay. How long can you keep the underboss around him when going through this court case, he's saying you have no authority. Yeah. You're not a member, you're not an employee, you're just a senior advisor to the president. So when Elon Musk can't just walk into these places and do what he want to do, I wonder what's going to happen.
Well, a lot has to happen, Perry, because if they say that Elon Musk has no authority and he's just a worker at Doge, then that means you just broke the law. Mm-hmm. So they've kind of got him in a sticky situation. Either you're going to give him power and says that he's in charge of Doge, he's still going to get in trouble. You can't walk in somebody's office. I mean, if things are like the way they used to be, he might get away scot-free. But normally, and this is not normal times, you would have to be held accountable for doing what you did to USAID. And he's not going to get in trouble for it. So I don't know. They might just turn the other cheek. But still, no one wants to be sued. So maybe he'll just be uncomfortable having to go to court every day. But Donald Trump's going to make sure he doesn't go to court or get sued. So it's just,
I don't know what made them so afraid of court when they just said, just keep your name on it if you ain't did nothing wrong.
What makes you so afraid of court is, one, people start digging into your past.
Yeah, maybe that's it too.
People start digging into your past. You have to explain stuff that you did. And it might question like, well, what did you do with the information that you got? You know what I mean? Like, no one wants to go to court because nobody wants to start asking questions.
That's one of those things too. Yeah. He don't want nobody. He don't want to be on nothing where people start digging into his files. Mm-hmm. Because he got to be the most crookedest guy out here, right? That's how he is the richest man. But you know something? Because I had seen this last week, but I didn't really understand it totally. But they were just showing that some of these companies that they trying to get rid of, like departments of the federal government, like the ones that oversee the consumer, that that regulates all this stuff. What? They getting rid of places that Elon Musk have the highest complaints against his company. Like other companies have complaints too, but he has the highest one. So he's getting rid of these people who is coming after his company.
We're going to have, by the time Elon and Donald Trump are done, we're going to have probably government programs that you can count on one finger. He's getting rid of welfare and food stamps. He's getting rid of the Board of Education. He's getting rid of all of these major government programs that help American people I'm telling you, it might be the Great Depression again. Everybody might be sleeping in tents and walking because we had to sell the car for the money. It's
Right.
just a lot. It's just a lot.
Yeah. I mean, they really don't care. And now to go on to this next story. Now you remember, let me see. Oh, he blamed Kamala Harris. Remember, it was a tornado in North Carolina or something. FEMA. We got to get rid of FEMA. Kamala didn't do nothing. All this stuff. Remember how he want to get rid of FEMA?
Yeah.
So I found it ironic, like, and then he got this guy who not a member, not a leader, just a senior advisor, trying to save money, trying to find out where we wasting money at. Instead of Trump, it was a couple floods in a couple states. I could have been Georgia,
North Carolina.
Yeah. In the last couple of days, a couple of places that really bad. Now, instead of him, because now it's his watch now. Remember, he was like, I go out to California. That's under Biden's watch or whatever. His ass ain't worried about this people. He want to get rid of FEMA, but he down there at the damn, what was it? Daytona 500. He at the Daytona 500, wasting money, love attention, right? Out there riding around a track in a limousine. Now,
a limousine,
like a track, he's like a kid in an old man's body, right? Just dumb as fuck. Like, get over it.
Mm-hmm.
And you would think that this is his first time being president. You had one term already, but then you down here wanting to just show off instead of while people are broke, houses flooded, nothing to eat. Your ass down here wasting money, driving limousines, Air Force One flying you in, and you down there golfing. Wow,
it's time. Warmed up. I know. I can't wait. And Donald Trump taking some hot laps. We expect to talk to the president. And a little later, Morgan Freeman. We'll hear from him live on Fox.
See, you know, he's a childish ass guy. Stupid is all get out. I told you, he don't want to be president. He just wants the title. Huh?
What does he get out of closing FEMA?
Well, because
what are we going to do during our natural disasters?
Oh, he wants to be able to, if you're nice to him and you support him, he might help you out. If you don't support him, he don't give a damn whether you're a citizen or not. He's not going to help you.
So he's going to use a natural disaster against people so he can get more votes.
He did with LA, remember?
Yeah.
Well, I might help him. All depends if they get a voting card. Remember his stupid ass? I mean, just stuff like that. It's just too much for me. Like, he's just out there. He's out there, Sharrell.
I don't even know what to say anymore.
And then he like to choose on who he helped. If you a Republican state, he'll do it because he needs your vote the next time. If you're a Democratic state, good luck. He's that petty. He's just that petty. And that's why we're in this situation. He'll sell the whole country down just for his gain. I ain't going to prison. I got the title again. I'm president. You know, nobody wants his funky ass. Right? Not even his wife. Let's keep it real. She don't want him. Hey, Bungie. Bungie said we spent trillions in Afghanistan, Iraq, still pending in Israel and Ukraine. They only want to spend on war, not improve our lives as taxpayers. That's true.
It's looking that way, Bungie. It's looking that way. He's closing down some critical programs that help the people. He don't want to help the people at all. It's just crazy. This is going to backfire on him.
The people he want to help is the billionaires and give them tax cuts. Big corporation, high tech.
I mean, what we all really need is more wars. It's just ridiculous. He's intentionally trying to start a war. I want the Panama Canal. I want Greenland. I want Gaza. He's just looking for trouble.
No, I agree. And that's what it is. It's like, I don't know. these two, it's like Dumb and Dumber. You know what I'm saying? Like most time people think if they got money, they must be smart. When you look at Elon Musk and Trump, think of Dumb and Dumber. Because that's what I see. Just two dumb fools with some money. It's just crazy. And ego tripping. Got to have this power. That's the whole thing. I got to have power. Got to have power. And would do anything just to be recognized. It's almost like the boy didn't get no attention from his racist father. Because it's like he's looking for acceptance. Look at me now, Daddy. I know you're not here, but as the president now, I'm hanging out with Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. I'm going to be a dictator one day. I know you love Hitler. I'm going to be the next one. It's like he's still trying to get approval from some damn body.
Or he has a mental illness. He's a major narcissist.
Yeah. That's definitely true, Sharrell. The man probably do got some kind of illness. But, I don't know. I mean, it's like so much going on. And what they do is even when we come on and talk about a couple things, we might talk about 5 or 6 items. But guess what? We missing 40 items that we couldn't talk about. They try to just throw everything at the wall, let you focus on a couple, and hopefully, because you can't solve all the problems if you can't see them all. And he hoping things can just sneak through the cracks. Does that make sense, Sharrell?
Yeah, that's what's happening.
I mean, you losing rights that the media don't even talk about. Because now with the media, you get to watch out for that too, because now they owning all the big social media sites. So they're only going to let you see what you want to see. But so there's things that's been getting passed. We losing rights every day and don't even know them because we focus on the price of eggs and what these fools are doing, trying to live our daily life. It's just crazy. But I just think we need more
people like Jasmine Crockett. She's doing a good job.
That girl is good. And I think the Democrats got to stop being polite. Because you know what? All this nice shit, they're going to keep bullying us to the day. And with this debt ceiling coming up, you ain't making no deal with them unless you getting something out of it. You remember how they used to want to hold us against it? No, the debt ceiling don't go up. And if you saving so much money, you don't need the debt ceiling to go up. If Elon shaving off so much money, closing down every damn federal department. Now, how can you keep talking about you need money, right? Something I heard this today. I'm not sure if it's true. I just seen the thing. I didn't get a chance to check it out. But they saying the people who took that buyout, some of the people who took the buyout was accidentally sent a letter from OPM saying they was terminated. Now, I'm not sure if somebody said it, but I guess they working on solving it. So maybe they wasn't fired, but they was issued the termination letter. The people who took the buyout that was going to get paid for 8 months, because OPM would be the people who pay them. So, but I guess they're trying to fix it. But you can't trust Trump. You just can't trust him. But I wanted to play this little clip because I love Jasmine Crockett, right? Some of her good moments. Let me play this.
Final thing that I will say
Do you know
is
why
that
those
this
costs have
election,
increased
I didn't ask you a
substantially?
question. The final thing that I will say is that this election is the best example of why y'all are so afraid of diversity, equity, and inclusion, because then you can't have a simple-minded, underqualified white man somehow end up ascending. Instead, you've got to pay attention to the qualified black woman that is on the other side. And with that, I will yield. And let me quote your now ousted speaker and what he had to say about the Republican Party and y'all's lack of diversity. When you look at the Democrats, they actually look like America. When I look at my party, we look like the most restrictive country club in America. So you can talk all you want to about how January 6th was nonsense, but all of y'all were running at that time. Y'all were grabbing y'all's gas masks and y'all were running to your offices because you didn't know if they were coming to kill you.
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling, if someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman,
I
motion to
had
strike
no
those
idea
words.
what you just said.
I am so excited that my colleagues across the aisle care about sexual abuse, considering that the front runner right now for presidency is kind of just been found liable of sexual abuse. These are our national secrets. Looks like in the to me. Every single hearing, y'all spin. I don't know how y'all are still standing right now, because you should be quite dizzy from all the spinning that you're constantly doing when it comes to spinning the truth.
Look, you got to love this chick unless you're a Republican in Congress when you get to deal with her. They don't know how to deal with her.
She's definitely a star in the Democratic Party. And in my opinion, she would be a great Speaker of the House. I like Hakeem too, but I need a little more oomph, especially when I'm angry and I need someone to really fight for me. I would pick her over Hakeem Jeffries.
Yeah, the man tried to cut her off. He was like, she said, I didn't ask you no questions. She don't play. Now shut the hell up. But that's pretty much all I got tonight. Sherelle, you got anything else?
No.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to eat. But I want to thank everybody. Oh, that's Bonji. Let me see what Bonji got. Big bag.
Copper color. Criminal.
Bonji, that is too much, Bonji. But I want to thank you guys for popping up on this show and watching it, because I like politics, but I don't be knowing all of it. It's hard to understand all of it. But that's why I like to have a group where we can just talk about it, because some things just don't make sense. But I think we need to be aware. I think we need to stay aware and all that stuff. So I really glad you guys are popping in, sounding off. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least I try to go live every couple days, but I got grandbabies and everything else, so I'm trying to squeeze everything in. So, Sherelle, you got anything else you want to say before I bounce out?
I can't take no more politics tonight. I'm going to bed. Thank y'all for listening.
Thanks everybody for coming, and I might see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye everybody.
Bye, everybody.